everyone, this is Heather from MediaRealming. Today, I'm all by myself, so you have just pure awesomeness right in front of you. We're going to do something a little bit different today. I'm going to do some art and drawing. I have not seen the new Beauty and the Beast, but I've seen pictures and I've seen the trailer of Lumiere, Mrs. Potts, and Cogsworth. Honestly, their styles they picked are not appealing to me. So I'm going to do something for fun. I'm going to try to draw how I would have done Mrs. Potts, Lumiere, and Cogsworth. This is going to be our first rough draft. If this was a real movie thing, I would be going through different versions, seeing what I liked, what I didn't like. Let's try it. Okay. So if I were to do Cogsworth, I would figure out when the tale was written and where it was. Some French writer. So it'd be set in France, I'm guessing, and it came out in the mid-18th century. So I googled French clocks in the 18th century. You look at all these clocks down here. Lots of intricate design, like this guy right here, but there's too much. I'm going to do something on the first page. This one isn't bad, but again, if I did it, I would tone it down so much. We want to look at the face. Actually, even this thing with all its intricate design, your immediate attention to the face of the clock because that's where the brightest color is. It's white. So I would actually pick probably something like this clock. It's got some nice design on it. It looks like it's got a similar top. I've got him, actually the actor, up here. I'm going to go for something between this, maybe based off of him a little bit, this guy, and this right here. I would actually draw this on paper if I did this in like as a professional thing. So I'm going to draw a quick sketch. I want actually this shape a little bit, but not as wide, I don't think. So this is what they had in the movie. I personally think that there's too much, just too much going on. It's a little clunky. It's got a lot of stuff. It looks like there's a cane. It almost looks like it looks like there's like feathers sticking out in his like belly. My camera woman is making faces. It doesn't look like she likes it either. There's just so much going on, and your immediate thought is looking everywhere but the face, and I think the face looks kind of odd. So there's also the original Cogsworth. A lot simpler, not much going on, but hey, you can get away with this in a cartoon. I'm gonna draw him nice and big. Nice little circle. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give him that nice little wig thing he has on top there. A little too much, but hey. I like the idea of those little pads right there. Like if you want him to look kind of like this guy, I think those pads are nice. So I'm going to keep those pads. Okay, now what I don't like are these hands. They're not really fingers. I don't know how he really uses them. It'd probably make more sense if I watched the film. So I'm going to make the face a whole lot bigger because I want that to be what you look at. So I'm going to stick this little thing right here. Of course, that's going to be his little nose. Okay, well, we're going to work with that. You can't put in eyeballs because that looks creepy. You know those little orange guys? It's like the creepiest thing you've ever seen in your life. Do not want to do that. There's no need to scare myself or little children or anything, so we're going to avoid that at all costs. So the eyes probably would have stuck with something like that, so, but I would have made it bigger. Way bigger. You can make them disappear, like if he wants to hide and pretend it's like a clock, you can just close his eyes and he'll be. Oh, that's a really bad looking smile. So actually I'm going to do something like that. I'm going to put in a little bit more detail up here because the face is the worst part. It's the hardest part. But I definitely would have just made it so much bigger. That's pretty horrendous in drawing, but let's move on to the body. Maybe do boots. I don't see his feet in this one. It's just his feet look awfully small for someone like him. I don't know if I would have done it. I think I would have done it like maybe something more like the original. What does the feet look like in this one? The clock itself, some personality. A little bit more like his foot, what his foot looks like. And then of course there'll be another one over there, but I'll go back to this guy. You know what? His foot in this one looks kind of similar to this one. So I'm going to go like this. This thing's a little out too much, but... different. The proportions aren't quite right, but hey. And I'm not too fond of these arms. But I don't want to make it look too much like a real arm, so maybe the beginning part of his arm would look about similar. But then I actually honestly probably would have given him a thumb. Like there would have been some intricate design over here going on. Now for the inside, I would not have done this little mess right here. I think that's very distracting. I think this one, I would have actually kept it all one longer piece. Like I would have gone up and out. I would have kept his face really big. You know that rule? Keep it simple. Keep it simple is the artist's friend, even though I think an artist, I've done that many times, gets caught up in doing so much stuff. And it's way more important to keep it simple and stuff like animation. This is where his face would be, so I'm going to keep that like that. I'm going to go like this. I probably would not have done the little clock thing back and forth because that was probably what was done in the animated one. Maybe something like in here, nothing too fancy. It's just, there's just too much in there. What do French people like? I actually probably would keep the inside of the clock as plain as possible. So this little area right here, I'm going to fill it up with something because it looks very bland. The wig he has. This could very well be something that I would change later on. I'd probably put something a little bit more golden down here. I of course would add more design over here. This is kind of probably what I would have come up in my very first draft. But I might come back to this later, fix it up for you guys, and give you a more better completed version of it. Candle, stick, 18th century French. That's not it. I need one that's 3, kind of like this one. That's, whoa, that's way too much. I actually gave him eyebrows. I need something fancy. There we go. French people like people on their stuff. Look at this. Look, there we go. Here they just have somebody holding it up like a torch. That's actually kind of neat. Oh, that's one they got sitting on their head. Is this really French? So honestly, actually, this guy right here is not bad. I'm going to close this guy. It's still going, Keenan. I don't know if I really like that face. And Bridget's shaking her head. She does not like that face either. It looks kind of cocky.
And the arms are just thin and creepy.
So let's stick with the idea of he's a guy. Okay, wait a minute. Let's look at this guy. Maybe we should give him a wig. Nice little wig here. We'll give him a wig. Make him look semi-similar to what he was in here. Maybe he is cocky in the film. I don't know. Man, this guy's just got nothing but curls. Okay, so this is his head. You might not be able to tell, but this is his head. I'm going to put it on his head. I'm going to give it a nice little, like a little plate, a beautiful little plate. And then I'm going to, you know, he's going to have this nice little gwink. I think coloring would be very hard to do on Lumiere, because you want to make it look like gold. And then just going to go like that. We'll just give him a short candle. And it's burning!
It's probably the best thing to do. Too long, you feel like you wonder why it doesn't fall over.
His arms have these strange, like, almost like they become branches of some kind. How long has it not been recording? So I made the chest wider and his coat a little bit wider with it, and I drew some of his arms. Trying to decide what to do with his hands. The problem is he's carrying candles. Okay. This is difficult to decide what to do here. Anyway, let's focus on his face real quick. So I probably drawn his face into this guy's face right here. The whole point of being an artist is to have a whole bunch of scribble lines and know which scribble lines you want to keep. So... those eyes, though, I don't really like how it looks. He looks kind of creepy in this one. You can't really give him human eyes because that looks kind of creepy, but you don't really want to make him look kind of creepy the other way. I would have pinned all of this little design probably in, maybe not. I would not have done the twisty thing. I would have just left it normal like it was his real arms. No twisty stuff. Would not have done that. I would have done his little, you know, handkerchief right here going down and coming up, and having maybe have the coat, maybe take the coat away. Maybe I just have him look kind of informal. Informal candlestick? Maybe not. Maybe I would probably fiddle around with this. Maybe I would have designed hands. I don't think I would have done hands holding the candles, because I think that would have been kind of creepy the other way around. Unless I can have thumbs coming out. No, I think the candles might have to be his hands. And you know what? As you're animating it, maybe I would have done what they did in the original one. The candle thing would kind of come out. It was almost like his whole hand. And that little base part was his finger. Or perhaps his thumb. So let's move on. Lumiere was pretty fast. Would not have changed very much. The eyes, though, I'm not a fan of that face design. I probably would have kept it closer to what they had to the real guy right here. Kept a little bit there. I probably would have tried to find some way to make his face look more human. Like, I don't really like the look on his face either, though. He looks kind of like, showy, and I got a problem. Of course, the drawings look a little bit more cartoony, but maybe I think I'll clean this stuff up and show it to you guys at the end. So, let's move on. Mrs. Potts, honestly, is probably like one of the worst. It looks kind of like somebody got a marker and just drew a face on a teapot and then left. Actually, the pot itself, the teapot, there's not too much going on. It's actually kind of a simple design. I probably would have taken out that little part right here, right above her eyebrows, make it a lot simpler. This one, it like, they gave her a chin and lipstick and they totally got away with it. I don't think you could do that in a acted one. I like the idea in this one in Better General that the spout is the nose and then the back is, well, whatever it is. And the top is just like a hat, and you know, they made her look grandmotherly, which is kind of like the personality she had in the original one. What her personality is in the new one, I don't know. So, I'm not quite sure how to approach this. I'm just going to draw a really quick spout right here, and then that's it. That's my starting point. It is like the most horrendous thing I've ever seen in my life, but hey, let's work with what we have, people. Okay, so to make this spout more like this one, we're going to go for more realistic. This looks way more elegant. So something less round, less big, more skinny. It looks like they were trying to get away with, if they made it look like the design on the teapot, that maybe you would be creeped out by the fact that this thing has eyeballs. It's the only thing that really has distinguishable eyeballs. Not eyeballs, but, you know, picture of, like, almost like a real human's eyes. So let's say we can get away with that too. It's that the eyes actually don't bother me at all. This looks kind of odd, actually. To me, it looks kind of odd that it's always facing like this. Like, you'd always have to have the pot like a little tilted in some way when you watch it. For some reason, I have a hard time drawing circles-ish, roundish things. She looks kind of creepy the way I drew her. Like, she's got a problem of some kind. She looks odd. She almost looks like a cup. A little... Absolutely horrendous. I'm not too proud of this. The shape of the pot is just not working. She looks kind of freaky. I think it's because the eyes, actually. The spout, I don't think helps much. She almost looks too cartoony.
There we go. I think that helps a little bit. For some reason, this looks a little bit more roundness. I think you need a little bit more roundness going on here. Oh, man.
This is not working out well. I think I would have kept the general design of the pot. The eyes look too human. I think what really made the eyes okay was the fact that they added all these little intricate designs. They have these little, this little pretty thing going on over here. Let's say you try to keep something like this. Like, you can draw the basic, what are the designs type of thing. Like, I don't know what these designs are. But you have like this little, and then you have this little. I think that's just about it. I think it's hard for me to draw Mrs. Potts correctly. But I think all I would have done differently, honestly, is just move the face. Make the spout, the nose, take out the little design of the nose right there. But honestly, the design of the pot is fine. I think it's simplistic enough. I just would have taken the design above her eyebrows, made the snout her nose, the spout her nose, and put the eyes that I just said. So, I think I'll clean these people up, keep the general ideas, and then maybe I'll show you guys. Thanks for joining me, guys. It was fun. It was interesting. Hopefully I'll get to do this again. If you want me to do one specifically, let me know in the comments below. Thanks for joining us, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See ya!